Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a bronze level game between Angus and Eric on Overgrowth, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Eric, who is a man or a woman, according to Angus. Lol, man, says Eric. Okay, so man. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Angus. Angus and Eric sounds like it should be a show on Adult Swim, doesn't it? Maybe I'm thinking of Tim and Eric's Good Show, Great Job, Awesome, whatever that name was, really weird and long. Angus says he doesn't want to offend Eric, doesn't want to assume his gender, assume their gender. It's all good. It's a PC environment we're in these days, especially here in the 21st century. Racks first here from Eric, refinery into barracks for Angus as well. So both players are working very hard on getting up those production structures that will allow them to make units to attack, which is always good to see in these bronze level games. You never know. You can really never take it for granted that these people will make units that will actually attack the enemy. If this is your first time seeing it Into the Void, first of all, welcome aboard. I'm glad you could make it here. And this is just our weekly examination of Bronze and Silver League level gameplay. The players here are not very good, maybe not very experienced in StarCraft 2, or perhaps just don't play very much. And I like to examine them. We can learn different things. We can discuss different ways in which they're messing up, ways in which they're doing things that are good. And hopefully it can be an educational and entertaining experience for everybody involved. Marine first here for Eric, and barracks done for Angus as well. What's he going to do? Nothing. Oh no, you need to make attacking units. You got to make at least a Marine out of this thing. There it is. Oh, going Reaper. All right. All right, all right, all right. That's my Matthew McConaughey voice. So this is Juke Skywalker. Yeah, Juke Skywalker, known for his juking skills, getting around enemy Terrans as he goes to take them down. His Marine is very brave from Eric. He's moving out by himself. We'll see if he meets up with this Reaper Juke Skywalker. He's also a Jedi, in case you hadn't noticed that. Yes, the new Star Wars is coming out in just a few days now. I'm very excited about that. Factory here for Angus. Barracks, second barracks on the way for Angus. Angus seems to know what he's doing. I like it. He's got two refineries, which usually means banshees. But look at that, walking right past the Marine. Oh, I don't know if he... Oh, he did see it. He did see it. Reaper versus Marine. Gets right up close to him, though. Use that KD8 charge, man. Use it. I guess he doesn't have to. He does get the Marine kill. Nicely done, Juke Skywalker. KD8 charger right here. Cooldown 7 explodes after a short delay, dealing 10 damage, knocking back nearby units. It's just good for the DPS, if nothing else. Could have used it to kill that Marine without taking so much damage, but combat drugs will heal him up, as you can see here. Regenerates life quickly while out of combat. Takes the Zelnaga watchtower, and more Marines for Eric are heading back home. Is he just going? He's just going mass barracks here. If I had to say who's going to win this thing, I think Angus might have it, just because he's going Widow Mines, which are so good at the lower levels. So good at the lower levels, just because they're invisible and they do splash damage. Those two things alone are huge deals. But being aggressive is Eric. I like this. He's not sitting back with his Marines. He's actually moving out with them. He says, I think I can kill a single Reaper with, 7 Marines. That seems reasonable here. Juke Skywalker, it might be in a ton of trouble here. Although, no, he cannot be seen by the Marines, but he can see them thanks to his holding of the Zelnaga watchtower. So he sees them coming down, and the defense is a single Widow Mine at the front, double pumping Marines of his own, and going for a tech lab on that starport. So he is, in fact, going for Banshees. I think he has so much gas. Look at this, 400 gas in the bank. He's used it for like a Widow Mine to this point. And the factory is busy making another tech lab, so possibly tanks. Also good against your opponent if they're going mass Marine. Tanks are good, Widow Mines are good, Marines are good. Maybe not Marauders. Marauders might not be your best choice, but I do not think Angus is going for that. So here we go. Marines moving in for Eric. Taking out 2 of Angus's Marines very quickly. Widow Mine shot. Oh, killing 3 Marines. Greatly weakening the other 4 here, but not killing them. They still do full damage, even if they are wounded. Taking down the SCV, building this expansion. Here at Angus is natural. Lifting a supply depot is Angus, so the Marines can't just walk on in. Eric is looking great at this point. Remember what I said about Angus winning this game? Why are you making a medevac? No. Make a Banshee. Make a Banshee. Research Cloak. I don't know what a medevac does for you here. Eric is absolutely on top of his game right now. Marine comes out for Angus. Widow Mine gets another shot off there, killing another couple of them. SCV is forced to fight at the same time along with their Marine brethren. Marines get focused down very nicely by Eric, though, but the SCVs, wow, sacrificing their lives to remove the Terran threat from their base. SCVs chasing after more of these guys. More Marines in production, and more Marines in there as well, frantically making units Here is Angus. Eric is just going Marine after Marine after Marine, although this seems to be the last one for a while for Eric. Oh, Widowmine shot! Oh, no! Oh, no! Widowmine shot kills so many SCVs. That splash damage, it does hit friendly units. Oh, that was bad news. Who's going to finish his base? Oh, Angus, you're a trooper, man. That hurt. That hurt so much. You lost 7 SCVs all over during that attack. It's 11-22. Eric has the lead. Eric's heading back home with his Marines, though. He is heading back home. And Starport still not being used for Banshees at all. Angus has so much gas in his bank. 700. Not doing anything with it to this point. Continuing to make Marines is Eric. No, he does have a factory and a Starport, though. So he's an engineering bay for upgrades as well. So he's not just sticking on straight Marine for all eternity. He's probably learned his lesson about that. And Juke Skywalker lives, you guys. Juke Skywalker is running around checking for extra hidden expansions from his opponent. He shouldn't find anything because I don't see anything on my map and I have all vision. I am omnipotent. That's all-knowing. No, that's all-powerful. Omniscient is all-knowing. What's all-seeing? Is that the same thing as all-knowing? That's probably the same thing as all-knowing, I'd have to assume. Yeah, I mean, if you know everything, then you can see everything as well. I assume that means stuff that's happening in the present, not just the past. So it's 15-23 harvesters. Eric has a nice lead. He's got an expansion of his own, just now finishing, although Angus's is done. And he's got mules there, just a little bit ahead of Eric's. Good mule call down there as well. These guys chucking those mules down. Sitting back. There's the Banshee production with the cloak. Yes, with the cloak. Angus finally making use of that gas, making use of the Starport with the Tech Lab. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. These Banshees might be the difference in this game. Might be enough here. Eric does have an engineering bay. He's using his energy wisely, though. I mean, very, very effectively. He's not letting it stack up, which can be good for your economy, but also bad if a Banshee shows up unexpectedly. I mean, he knows about this. He does, right? He knows about the Starport with the Tech Lab. He has to assume Banshees are going to be an option. Just throw down a missile turret. You have the engineering bay. That's a prerequisite for the turret. The turret can attack. Eric can detect. You can see cloak Banshees. It's a 100 mineral investment. It's not very much at all. But here comes a drop out of Eric. First time we've seen any kind of a drop play from these two players. We're going to see him sneak around this right side, try to get inside the natural base of Angus. That Widowmine is not burrowed anywhere. It was burrowed right at the front of the natural, but somehow decided not to be burrowed anymore. Unburrowed itself, if it were. Unloading the Marines just on the outskirts of this natural base. And going for it. Going for it. Killing a mule. Killing an SCV. Killing another SCV. Marines coming up for Angus. But medevac support, a big deal. Widowmine. Can they get it? They get the Widowmine before it can explode. Oh, Eric, what a great play. This has been, bam, taking down that Marine and the SCV and forcing a liftoff on the natural base for Angus. Once again, forced to lift up his supply depot and get his Marines on the high ground and hope it is going to be enough here. He's making more Marines. He has another Banshee on the way. More and more Marines coming up as well, but he just needs more production facilities is what he needs. Or do something with this tank. Make a tank. Make a tank out of the factory, Angus. You can do this thing. I believe in you. Banshee's heading up, though, waiting along this left side for Angus to move on in and destroy Eric's stuff. Widowmine drop from Angus along the right side. Widowmine burrowing, and wow, big old time hit. All of these SCVs are weak, and the Marines burning them alive with support from the medevac and stim, which I don't think they're using because they don't really necessarily need to. Drop for Eric, trying to get back there as well. A lot of Marines coming in for Eric with some Marauders. I think they should be able to clear this one out. Stutter step action. Wow, out of Eric as well, and they do manage to take down everybody that's on the ground there. Medevac doesn't evacuate anyone, but does manage to escape with her life. And more Banshees coming up here for Angus, up along the left side. So both players taking major hits to their economy. Widowmine shot. Oh, but throwing down missile turrets. Oh, throwing down missile turrets, scanning and getting rid of that Widowmine. The missile turrets are going to be his saving grace here. He doesn't know about the Banshees. He's building them specifically to deal with the drops. But they do serve a dual purpose in taking care of Banshees as well. Eric coming all the way back home finally. Does not know about the boost. He hasn't used his afterburners, I don't think, at any point, any time to this point. So 2 missile turrets here in the main base. Not many workers left, though. Eric's down to 11 SCVs. 11 SCVs. He has scans available on his orbital command at his natural and his main, so he's not doing as well spending his energy. But that's good, because I feel like these Banshees are going to move in at any point now. I promise. Bear with me. These will move in at any time. Marines finally making tank as Angus continuing to make tanks, although he is supply blocked As Day 9 always says, probes and pylons, SCVs and supply depots, drones, and overlords, cloak banshees making their way into the natural base of Eric and raining down destruction and fire upon everything that is there. All the workers are dead. Scan available. Go. Do it. Ari, why do you have... The Marines are here. They're ready. They're primed. Do you really... Oh my gosh. Did he just throw down all his mules? He just threw down all his mules. Oh, what terrible timing for Eric. He used all of his energy on mules inside his main base. The Banshees are going to take this down. Lift it up. Lift up the orbital command. Lift it up. The Banshees can't hit it if it... Oh, okay. Scan 48, 49, 50. Scan. There it is. 1, 2, and 3 Banshees taken down. Oh, Angus. So Angus gets some damage done. Loses his Banshees, though. Sad, sad day for Angus. 25 to 9 Harvesters, though. Angus still has his bases available. He is struggling a little bit getting saturation on his natural base, which is understandable because he has been dropped already. But good production here from Eric. He's not queuing up workers. He's double pumping where he can out of reactor barracks. He has a lot of tech labs for somebody who's not making many Marauders. I'm not sure what that's all about. If you're going this heavy Marine, then what you really want are reactors on these barracks or just no tech labs at all. But he's doing fine. He's doing fine. He's replanting his command center. Again, lifting that off would have disallowed the Banshees from attacking it, which is exactly what you want. Eric, coming on down south, is going to be Marine versus Marine tank. These tanks are in siege mode for Angus. Eric's in huge trouble with this attack. It is not going to do well at all. Yes, he has a medevac, but there are 2 overhead for Angus. Any upgrades here? Stim is finished for our blue Terran, and +1 attack in Stim here for the red Terran. Combat shield up for the red Terran, but not for... Oh, wait, they have the shields, right? No, no shields for Angus yet. He is working on it. He's working on the upgrade. He's just not there yet. Making a lot of supply depots is Angus. He keeps getting supply blocks. He's making 6 at one time right now, all along this bottom edge of his main. These tanks are going to cause so many problems for Eric, but he's continuing to send units down. I don't know. It doesn't look good. It's 92 to 65 total supply. Angus has a giant lead. Tank is here for Eric, but dies immediately. Eric going for it. I don't know where he was going, but his army is entirely gone at this point. Wow, that is it. Eric with the GG. Eric is defeated, and Angus is victorious. That last battle was pretty brutal. I don't know exactly what Eric was thinking there. Was he like he stemmed forward to attack, but then I think he might have right-clicked instead of A-moved and just walked right into the meat grinder that was like 1.5 pages of Marines with tank support. Mind you, this tank has 5 kills behind. The tank also in terrible positioning as well. You really got to move that back. Have it behind your units and maybe kind of try to bait your opponent into the tank fire while attacking and defending it from their attacks. But either way, that was a pretty fun TVT. You had Banshees, you had drops, you had Marines, you had Widow Mines, you had early attacks, you had early defenses. Good back and forth in this bronze level game, and I was very entertained. Alright, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live. push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars, you're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion when push comes to shove? And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.